Hello. I have just finished a Zumba class after a Pilates class, which has been great. And I just wanted to talk about how lately I'm on this whole figuring out how to eat journey. First, it was about cutting out sugars or lowering sugars and stuff. And then it was like trying to do like a low FODMAP or, foods that aren't inflammatory. But now that I've realized that a lot of my allergy stuff could be tied to mast cells and histamine in the body, it's one of those things that makes you go, oh my God, yes, 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 but you don't have anyone saying yes for sure. I always get like a throat tickle. I always get a thing in my ear. Every time I wake up, I'm all mucusy and which is gross. I get itchy in the skin. I've done tests for gluten and stuff, and I'm not gluten tolerant, but I've tried to be gluten free. I did a GI mapping thing, and I'm trying to like take some supplements for that. But it's really hard to figure out how to eat, because not only are there the foods that are high in histamine, there are foods that are triggers for histamine. And I just, even when I was younger, I used to be like, why does my body hate me? Like, even before I knew what was going on with the PMS that turned out to be PMDD, with like feeling like my energy dive when like after I ovulate, with feeling like it's very sporadic how I feel. Like sometimes I'm like all energy, and sometimes I'm like kaput. Like last night I was in bed by like 9 or so, because I just, and I look at myself in videos and pictures, and sometimes my lips look really like white and pale and like blah, and sometimes they have more color, and I've always been told, oh, you're so pale, blah blah blah, like I look like death. My dad would say things like that. Anyways, so as a kid, it was always I'm sensitive, which I didn't know connected to ADHD, or I had allergies, which I didn't know connected to like mast cell issues, or just having PMS, which I didn't know was PMDD. And I just really feel like there's an autoimmune thing going on here. When I was with Kaiser, I did the tests, and, I did the thyroid and other things, and they don't think there's anything, but, I'm just like, anyway. So, things that I usually loved to eat or liked to eat that can be triggers that are also considered healthy foods, like spinach, avocado. I love avocado. Fruits like citruses. I love doing oranges when I feel like I'm getting sick, because I feel like it like neutralizes any nasal stuff. But I don't know anymore, man. So it's been tough, like figuring out how to eat. Can't go to restaurants until, I used to try. I remember back in 2010, I would just be like going to Asian restaurants and asking for like plain meat with plain veggies steamed a lot of the time. And it did help me get in good shape. So I just feel like there's just definitely like it's hard for us with the histamine issues, and who knows, also like the fact that like I was looking up like what happens when you fall into the luteal phase, and there can be more histamine released, and estrogen with hormones deals with like releases of histamine. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough to figure out how to end all that. But so yeah. I'm sure there's plenty of us out there in the world that are like so frustrated because you want to eat better, but there's histamine and inflammatory issues, and then there's also triggers, and anyway. So anyway, I'm gonna go home and try to figure out how to eat. Let me know if you have any advice or ways that you tried to figure out how to eat around your histamine or inflammatory issues, because I don't know, man. I just think there's definitely probably an autoimmune issue here somewhere, because I would always complain for years that like my body just hates me and reacts a lot, and it's not just an emotional thing, it's physical too. People don't want to believe that. Anyway, talk to you later.